Our first day in Frankfurt and our first task of the day was to check out the lay of the land. We thought we would look for the town centre. We found out later there really isn't one. Frankfurt is a city with a mix of older buildings and newer ones. Not really quite what I was expecting. One building we found looked like a plane had gone into the side of it. The Frankfurt Central train station is across the road from our hotel and gives us a look at some of the old building styles. Their stations aren't like ours. They have shopping malls in and under them, everything from clothes to shoes and even Hungry Jack's, which became our dinner spot every night. It really is well set out for the traveller who is passing through. You can get almost anything you need right here. The station was opened in 1888. There's about 18 platforms which service the local train service and the ICE trains, which we'll be getting on tomorrow. ICE means Intercity Express. This afternoon we've got our tour, which includes a river cruise on the Rhine River. Getting in the bus from our driver's side just doesn't feel right. This is our first experience on the Autobahn, but while cars can drive real fast, buses and trucks can still only do 100 kilometers an hour.
We have left Frankfurt. Frankfurt in my country is a small city, 680,000 people, so small but not so small. We're number 5 in Germany. The biggest one is the capital, Berlin, 3.5 million. Number 2 is northern Germany, Hamburg, the north, 2 million people. Number 3 is in the south, it's München, Munich, 1.3 million. Number 4 is Köln, Cologne, 1 million. And number 5 is Frankfurt, 680,000. It's middle of Germany, you don't know if you see the map, middle of Germany, middle of Europe, and middle of the universe. No. For me, it's middle of universe. It's my home. That's middle of everything. You drive 2 hours in France, 2 hours in Luxembourg, 2 hours in Belgium, 2 hours in Switzerland, 9 countries. Like South Africa, has 6 borders. We have our 9 borders. Small country in Germany, really small. Can go 6 times in Mexico, 22 times in Australia. So not a big country.
Their streets are really small in places, and I would never be able to get some of our coaches around these corners. Our first stop is where we take a chairlift down the mountainside. As we walked up to the chairlift, we passed these deers in a paddock. Prices here are pretty cheap, and the chairlift is much like our one at the Royal Show, just with much better views. As we come over the hill, we get our first look at one of the many castles on the river, the Rhine River. It's amazing how they farm the side of the hills here. As we end the ride, we come in really close to the houses in the town. We get so close you could almost reach out and grab the dinner cooking on the stove. After the chairlift, we walk down through the town. This house was painted to look like it had timber battens on it. This just shows how tight the streets are. This is one of the old style streets we walked down to get to the restaurant for lunch. The back of the hotel we are going to. It's been set up with a sailing theme. This restaurant was amazing. Even Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, would be at home here. After lunch, we had a little bit of time to walk around town before heading for the boat. Bahnhofstrasse means railway street. The railway lines are really close to the houses, and the passenger and freight trains fly through here at a great rate of knots about every 5 to 10 minutes. I guess retic doesn't work too good here, so they seem to prefer hand watering the grapevines. The current on the Rhine runs really fast. The boats that are going upriver have to run flat out to get anywhere, and those coming downstream are almost idling. But this current can be very dangerous to anyone that doesn't know what they're doing. That's what makes this manoeuvre dangerous and also amazing to watch. The reason why the current is so strong is because in places the Rhine was 600 to 800 metres wide. Over the years they reclaimed more land, which has narrowed the river to 300 or 400 metres. The same volume of water still has to get out, and so it goes faster. Now on the river, we travelled past those castles again. To think that these buildings are hundreds of years old and still standing.
behind the trees, the Layman's Chapel. Here at this place, rulers of Frankfurt had the last robber barons of this region executed. À la gauche de votre public, vous voyez la chapelle du Clémence de l'an 1200. C'est ici sous le commandement de Rudolf de Habsbourg que les derniers chevaliers du château Reichenstein ont été inhumés.
River barges are the main form of transport up and down the river, and there are lots of them.
Jahrhundert. Somit auf der Höhe die Burg Stahlig. Sie wurde anfangs des 12. Jahrhunderts erbaut und ist heute eine Jugendherberge.
Railway lines are on both sides of the river, and they constantly have trains running on them from all over Europe. The rail system and how they use it is something I think Westrail should come and see.
Now the small town Oberwesel. It was a Celtic settlement 400 BC and later a Roman military service point. A great part of the fortification walls and watchtowers has been preserved. Maintenant à la gauche, la petite ville d'Oberwesel. À cet endroit se trouvait déjà 4 siècles avant Jésus-Christ, une 825. Mesdames et messieurs, vous avez certainement remarqué à votre droite et à votre gauche des murs. Ici, par exemple, 552. C'est le kilométrage du Rhin de lac de Constance à la mer du Nord.
Some of the barges look more like submarines than boats. Everything is carried on the river, from fuel, food, containers, and the very full passenger cruise riverboats.
Okay, we've actually been in Frankfurt here for the day. We've been out touring today. I thought I'd show you a little bit about what our hotel room's like. It's pretty basic. Let's start with the air conditioning. It's very old style air conditioning. Have a look out here. We have 3 different fan speeds. If we have a look on this side, you can see the windows open here. This is low fan speed. Open the both of them up, and this also, the whole window opens. That's high fan speed, and if you need boost fan speed, down here. That's the air conditioning system in here. Got heating down here, behind here. No idea how that works. Another drama we had too was a lock. We've got this key device thing here we're supposed to put on the lock, and the lock goes green, and then we turn the knob and open a door. Doesn't work. We spent 5 minutes out there twice trying to work out how to make this work. Eventually we found out how to do it. Oh, here we go, here's another one. Oops, I got to change the cord, hang on a sec. I'm in the bathroom here. I wonder if they have very many accidents. As Sheldon would say, distinct lack of adhesive ducts. Very slippery. Another problem we had to start with was trying to work out these light switches. This is it here. Where are you? There it is. With these things, you push them down to turn the light on or off, and then you push the bottom again. So we're sitting here pushing the top, trying to think, how do you turn the flame and the light off? A lot to learn, a lot of things different.
The next day we decided to take a walk along the river. Now this isn't the Rhine, you can see that because it's not running as fast. This is just a small river off the side of it. They have white swans here. We followed a walking tour map which led us to this old part of Frankfurt. Now this is what I've been looking for. This is the old town square. Back in its day, everything revolved around here. Everything from your shopping, getting the daily news from the town crier or the local gossip, to entertainment, all happened here. We found this shop that sold cuckoo clocks. I would have loved to have brought one home, but they were rather expensive and I had no room in my bag to bring it home with. When you need to go to the loo, there's not a lot of privacy around here. Now a lot of people have said there isn't anything in Frankfurt, but this area alone I think is well worth going through. As you walk around there is amazing buildings and statues. It would be interesting to find out the stories behind them. Just when you thought you didn't know what to get someone, you find a shop like this. Take a guess at what you think this might be. I bet nobody thought this was a polar bear.